I threw out a question the other day on my channel about what video you guys want to see this week, and apparently you want to see what type of gear I use on a typical stock photography shoot. So that's what we're doing today. But it was a pretty even race, so I will definitely make a video on why I think stock photography is worth your time in 2021 in the near future for you guys as well. But now I'm going to empty my backpack out on this desk so we can have a look at what gear I'm using and why I like it. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. If you're new here, my name is Chris. I'm a full-time photographer and videographer living in Sweden. I'm also a istock and Getty Images exclusive contributor. So that's why we're talking about stock photography today. More specifically, the gear I like to use on a typical stock photography shoot. So this is the bag that I'm currently using. I've actually been using this bag for a while. It's definitely my favorite bag. And it was in my previous What's in My Camera Bag 2020 video. So if you want to see more on this bag specifically, go check out that video because there's more bag stuff in that one. So I'll throw the link up here somewhere so you can check that out. For this video, I'm just gonna skip ahead to all the good stuff inside the bag instead. All right, so here we are. I think there is a little bit less stuff than my previous What's in My Camera Bag type video, which is mainly because I switched one of my camera systems. Last time I was shooting video with a GH5. These days I don't, because I switched to the Sony a7S III, which I'm shooting with right now. That's why it's not in front of me on the table. But I'm sure I'm gonna throw in some B-roll here of the camera so you can see it in action. So yeah, the Sony a7S III is what I'm shooting video with these days on all my stock shoots. And I'm using the Sony a7R III to take stills. I know that we've talked a little bit about hybrid cameras before, like, you know, the perfect camera that's good at both video and stills, and how that probably would be the perfect camera for a lot of stock photographers. That's neither of these two cameras. The a7S III is great with video. It takes really nice photos as well. It's just they're a little bit too small. So in case, you know, a client wants a larger photo that they want to maybe, you know, print or put on a billboard, the a7R III is a lot more suitable for that. And there's also another reason for why I'm using two cameras instead of like one perfect hybrid camera. And that's because I want to separate my video camera from my stills camera. It's really nice to already have like the video camera rigged up, ready to go with the right settings, you know, and the stills camera ready for you know, the settings that you need for still images. I don't want to have to, you know, switch back and forth because that leaves a lot of room for like human error, like pushing the wrong buttons, accidentally hitting a setting that you don't want to hit, or, you know, somehow screwing things up when you're switching from video to stills on the one camera. And I don't know, I just don't want to deal with that at all, because I've made that mistake before. I've learned the hard way. On it right now is the 50mm 1.4. I'd say probably my most used lens ever for both systems, really. Yeah, I love this lens. This is always, the 50mm is always on one of my cameras, either the video camera or the one for stills. I recently bought the Sigma 35mm 1.2. Now this one has quickly become one of my favorites as well. I use it all the time with the Sony a7S III for videos, since it's fantastic, like low light capabilities with the 1.2, and since it's a Sigma, it's also a little bit, you know, easier on the wallet. Autofocus may not be as great as the, you know, G Masters, but it's still a really good lens. Then there's the G Master 85mm 1.4. Also a super delicious lens, perfect for portrait photography. Rarely use it together with the a7S III for video, mostly use it for stills. As you probably know already, because I've talked about this before in my previous videos, with the a7S III, I also use the Ninja 5. to get the absolute best quality out of the video that I can get with this camera. Getting that, 12-bit 4.2K in up to 60 frames per second is just, it's amazing. Rarely use the A7S III without it actually. It's only if I want to get the 120 frames per second, which sadly can't be recorded into ProRes with the Atomos Ninja 5. Also new additions, I think, are the Apollo Pro ND filters. These are the Peter McKinnon editions. They're actually super nice. I think the main reason why they're so nice to me is because they come with this little lens cap. They're super easy to use when you want to take these on and off your lenses. Some protection. Because usually when I want to shoot and I have to take an ND filter off, I usually just throw it into my pocket quickly, which is not a very safe thing to do with your ND filters if you want to keep them, scratch free. But these actually, save them, at least on one side, and make it a little bit more safe when you're out shooting. ND filters are obviously great when you need to control the light a little bit when you're in very bright situations like shooting outdoors. So yeah, I love these and I use them all the time. Also for video is this color checker. I'm sure I mentioned this last time as well. This is to make my editing process a lot easier and make sure all the colors are the right color. But yeah, super useful to have when you're jumping between locations and you want to make sure that the light and color is consistent throughout all your shots. Last thing right here, this is an accessory to the Zhiyun crane, just like a side handle you can screw onto the bottom of your crane, and this is the stand that comes with the DJI Ronin S. And I sort of combine these two because I like to use this with the A7S III only. So I'd screw this onto the bottom of the camera. I put my the monitor up here, the Ninja Atomos 5, and I do that when I want to go handheld. So this is how I shoot most of my videos. I actually don't bring the Ronin S to that many shoots anymore. It's usually when I know that I'm looking for a super steady shot. Because overall, I really like the handheld look of video. So that's why I only bring the Ronin S when I know I want to get a super steady shot. Yeah, this is my super simple stock shoot setup. Now obviously I bring like spare memory cards, spare batteries to everything. Sometimes even chargers if it's going to be a long shoot, but usually, in my experience at least, these stock shoots usually end up being pretty short, so I rarely need any chargers on set. All right, I'm just gonna end the video right here. Friends, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it. It is the very best way to help out the channel and make it grow. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future on photography, videography, and of course, making money with stock photography. All right, take care now. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I'm shooting with the A7S III right now. And I want to keep shooting with the A7S III. But I also want to show this camera together with everything else in the video.